Hello all, welcome back to yet another new day. With let us go and meet another interesting personality all the way from South India. Yesterday we met Tilka Manji from eastern part of India, right? So now let us move down to south, especially to Karnataka region, and I'm going to introduce you to one interesting lady. As usual, before getting into the story or before introducing her to you, I want to ask you one question. Do you know who is the person who has built the Indian Women Army battalions in the Indian history? Do you have any idea about that? Okay, so now come, let us go and go to 17th century and meet this interesting person called Belawadi Mallamma from northern Karnataka. She belongs to the Belawadi region, which is currently in the Belgaum region of Karnataka. She got married to the king of Belawadi, which is Isha Prabhu. In fact, she is from the southern part of Goa, and then during her when she attained the marriageable age, her father uh, had called for Swayamvara and got her married to Isha Prabhu, who is known to be the fiercest warrior king in the entire northern Karnataka region. There are a lot of stories about Isha Prabhu, how fearful he is, how fearful, I mean, how what a brave warrior he is. And because she's born and brought up in southern part of Goa, Belawadi Mallamma, prior to marriage itself, learned about all martial arts, the sword fighting, horse riding, and everything to safeguard herself. Once when she moved to Belawadi region, seeing how thick the forests are and how small their kingdom is, which is being surrounded by multiple different kingdoms, um, kings who keep fighting in between among themselves, she also started taking part in the administrative activities of the Belawadi region, and she started training all the ladies of that region on the martial arts, sword fighting, horse riding, then wrestling, everything. Okay, so slowly she started building a woman army so that when the husband goes into the forest on some or out for some other work, their fort can be safeguarded by the women folk within the village. The story becomes more interesting here because this woman army had went ahead and fought with Shivaji Maharaj. You must be thinking I'm lying here, right? You all know how Shivaji Maharaj respects women folk. And she treats them as the reincarnations of Devi Mata, Bhavani Devi, right? So then, why did this fight happen between Belawadi Mallamma and Shivaji Maharaj? Come, tell you the interesting story. Shivaji Maharaj has gone down to Tanjavur in Tamil Nadu on some political work, basically to take care of some of his official responsibilities. And while returning, they have passed through Yarwad, Dharwad, and finally reached Belgaum. And there, soldiers were camping in the in the vicinity of Belawadi region. Once, what happened one night, the day when these guys, the soldiers came and had installed the tents for camping that night, they felt hungry, so they went to the nearby uh, shepherds and asked them to give them milk. And the shepherds told them that they cannot give more milk because whatever is left for that day can only be given. And the next day morning, their regular customers will come down for milk. So they cannot milk the cows in the night and give all the milk. And Shivaji Maharaj has these stringent rules for his army, saying that the army shouldn't basically ill-treat any ladies. The army people should behave properly with the with the farmers, shepherds, and all those people, and they cannot take things from them forcefully. They should respect everybody, and all this lot of rules and regulations are there, which are very stringent, because that is what Shivaji Maharaj believes. But like what happens, the king has certain mindset. But will it really pass down to the soldiers down below, the last man in the army? Sometimes it might not happen, right? So that is how it so happened that Shivaji Maharaj ideology and philosophy has not reached to the last people of the army. What happened then? These army people got angry, saying, "How can this shepherd say no to me?" So what they did, they went stealthily in the night, took away all the cows and calves from those houses, and went off. Next day morning, when the shepherds got up, they saw that cows were not there. So they went and complained to their king, who is Mr. Isha Prabhu. So they complained to Isha Prabhu, and Isha Prabhu, till that point of time, was preparing for the welcoming party of Shivaji Maharaj. Shivaji Maharaj is yet to reach Belwadi. Please remember this. So then, the moment he heard this, he got surprised. How can Shivaji Maharaj soldiers behave like this? This is not. This is something which is totally unheard of. Should we believe our shepherds or should we believe the army people? He was not able to decide anything. In the meantime, Belawadi Mallamma came in the court. When she heard this, she could feel the pain of the mothers of the Belawadi region because people typically feed cow milk to their infants, right? And she also had an infant baby at that point of time who is 6 months old baby. So she immediately said, "Let us go and teach these soldiers, be it be Shivaji Maharaj soldiers or the Britishers or whoever it is, we should teach these soldiers a lesson because cow milk, the first priority for the cow milk should be given to the calf and then to the infants and then only to others, which is very much valid, right?" So she had gone ahead and started waging the battle. In the meantime, Shivaji Maharaj came to know that one lady from the upper northern part of Karnataka, very remote place, started fighting against his soldiers. He got hurt. What is this happening? I'm known to be the kindest king on the in India, and people really respect me, and I respect all the ladies. Why is this lady fighting? So he told his army chief to go and inquire what is happening. The army chief came to Belawadi region. When the then the soldiers here convinced that these guys are the ones who are at fault, not the soldiers. The army chief believed them, his team. So he also started waging the war. And in that war, Isha Prabhu got killed. Even after hearing this news, Belawadi Mallamma didn't budge in. She kept on fighting with all the soldiers and she killed almost like around 20 people and she injured some 200 and odd soldiers, Maratha soldiers, which is really a black mark for the Maratha soldiers, isn't it? Then what happened? These Maratha soldiers did a cunning thing. When she is on the horse fighting with all the soldiers, one soldier crept stealthily in the battleground and cut both the front legs of her horse. Imagine the pain. She had fallen down and she got some bruises and she was captured. Once when she got captured, she was put in front of Shivaji Maharaj, who by that time has reached that place. Even when she is prison and when in the shackles was put on front of Shivaji Maharaj was taken by surprise. And she was not, and she didn't budge. She was not, she didn't get afraid of Shivaji Maharaj. She said, "Your soldiers are at wrong. This is what has happened." And Shivaji Maharaj immediately realized the mistake. He said, "Yes, my philosophy has not reached to the lowest level of the soldiers. So, as a king, it is my fault that I didn't spread my philosophy or I didn't make everybody equate with my philosophy or my values. So, please, forgive me because in Maharashtra, people call mother as Mai, right? You are like my another mother. So please forgive me for my mistake and for my ignorance. And from now onwards, I will take care of this Belawadi fort and I'll be your protector. You don't have to give me any taxes or anything, but I'll protect your Belawadi fort along with you. You be the queen. Please forgive me for all my mistakes." He has joined both his hands and bowed to her. The moment Belawadi Mallamma saw humbleness in Shivaji, she was taken aback. Till that point of time, she was thinking all the rumors which were spreading in that region about the ego of Shivaji Maharaj, how Shivaji Maharaj takes really revenge against his enemies and all that stuff. She started believing. But now she understood. Yeah, Shivaji Maharaj Mother Jijabai has done a really excellent job in raising her son. So she immediately accepted that even I should have come and spoken to you directly, Maharaj, instead of going and waging a war with your soldiers. So mistake lies in my end also. That is what happens when two leaders accept their mistakes. Then half the problem will get resolved, right? They both accepted their mistakes and then they started a new friendship. From that time onwards, Shivaji Maharaj started calling her as sister. And in fact, there are such small stories that got circulated in the vicinity saying Shivaji Maharaj took one of the cow's milk and fed Mallamma's baby. Isn't it amazing, my dear friends? Then Mallamma has made artisans built the first known granite statue of Shivaji Maharaj, which is still visible even today mm, in the Belawadi kingdom, in the Yardward village in the Belawadi kingdom. Isn't it amazing? The one person who didn't bow down to Shivaji Maharaj in the entire India. Nowadays, Karnataka government has decided to celebrate Belawadi Mallamma's festival every year to commemorate her victory. Her fights and her hardship uh, in the battle with Shivaji Maharaj. They have erected her statues all over the place in the Belgaum region and they worship. And in fact, they want to build a good Shivaji memorial in the Belawadi region because that's the place where he's frequented and he has established his brotherly bond with the Mallamma. So, this, my dear friends, is today's story. I hope you all liked it. I mean, personally felt like I kind of felt that Belawadi Mallamma deserves more respect because she knew that being a woman in those ancient India requires not only just womanly skills like cooking, cleaning, managing the house and all. She knew what lies in her for her future. She learned all the martial arts. Not only she has spread that to her other women folk as well. In fact, there is one more angle to Mallamma. She's a very good educationalist, it seems. She started writing poems also, poems and verses in praise of God. So, as a woman, I felt like we women folk can be multi-talented if we wish to. It's all in us and in our mind. That is one of the most important life lessons which I can learn from her. Apart from that, I also respected my respect towards Shivaji Maharaj grew multifold because when he, as a king, he can just ask his soldiers to kill Mallamma and move away. No, but he accepted the mistake. Even though his soldiers are at fault, he accepted the mistake and he said, no, no, I should be the one who should be asking for your forgiveness. Isn't it amazing the humbleness in Shivaji Maharaj? So we should learn humbleness and also we should also know that when we know that what this is the thing that is right, we should fight for it till the end. We shouldn't get scared of the opponent. We'd be big king like Shivaji Maharaj. So that's all, folks, for today. Do let me know about your thoughts and how you felt about Belawadi Mallamma. What did you learn from her? Let us meet tomorrow in another interesting story. Till then, bye bye. Have fun.